Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. It's in the description below. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a 50-piece limited edition in stainless steel from Moser Cie. This 2020 debut is the Endeavour Center Second Mosaic, featuring a Fume dial with concept minimal adornment. It is essentially Moser to the core, featuring their combination of minimalism, the sculpted machined case of the Endeavour, the Fume fade, a little bit of quirk factor, and of course that concept dial. You know whose watch it is without seeing a brand. So let's talk about how it fits. 40 millimeters in diameter by 10.9 millimeters thick by 47.7 millimeters lug-to-lug by 20 millimeters between the lugs. Stainless steel, so it's not exceptionally hefty for a luxury watch. It wears nice and light. Compact across the wrist. You can see it would wear well on a wrist as small as 13 centimeters circumference, and it sits low enough that you could easily wear it underneath the sleeve. Taking a quick look at the hardware and the software, a little bit of an unusual accessory, as this watch is definitely steel, but Moser has spec'd a white gold pin buckle with it. Okay, different, a little weird, different, but I accept it. Adds some richness to the watch. A nice combination of satin and polish. The case itself is more straightforward. It is stainless steel, and Moser machines its cases and then hand finishes, which means you can get this kind of flank sculpting that wouldn't be possible with a conventional stamped case. So you have these evacuated black polished mirrored hollows inside the lugs, and then the mid case is vertical satin finish, as is the space between the lugs. There's an inverted conical crown with a sharp knurling for an easy grip and a Moser logo, and then we have a very shallow concave bezel giving way to a mosaic dial. Now, I mentioned this watch is Moser to the core. In addition to the case shape, we have a company that uses its concept dials sparingly, but when you see them, you recognize them. Absolutely no indices, no text, no printing, no scales, no name, no nothing. It's a Moser, it's Swiss-made, you know that, they don't have to advertise. Second is the Fume fade. Now, you can see this watch fades from light green at its center, almost a forest green, to nearly black at its edge. And that fade is something that Moser did not invent, but made popular and famous in the modern era. You have leaf-style hands, and then we have lovely hand-etched dial base. You can see it's been segmented, partitioned, somewhat fractured in appearance. It's described by Moser as the mosaic dial, and no two will be exactly the same. Now, turning the case over, you can see that there are 50 pieces in this series, and the movement is the tried and true Moser HMC 200, an automatic winding 3-day power reserve that is built in-house, and Moser makes all of the parts of the movements, the bridges and the plates, yes, but also the balance, the hairspring, and the escapement through their subsidiary Precision Engineering. 50 pieces of this model in green for 2020, but Moser production, all watches combined, is only about 1,500 watches a year. So you can see there's a lot going on here, starting with the Rotor, which features a combination of media blasting in its hollows and satination. And it is a bidirectional winding magic lever style pawl-based system, so it's both shock tolerant and very efficient. The balance beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. Again, we do have that 72-hour power reserve. And for durability, Moser has created an architecture with a full dual-anchored balance bridge and then a free-sprung index for better shock tolerance. You can see that the watch also includes hacking or stop seconds, so you can set it to a reference time. And then Moser uses recessed bolts inside its free-sprung balance to give it a little bit better aerodynamic profile. And that's a small loss, friction to air inside a case, but given 21,000 vibrations per hour, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, every little bit counts. Now you can see Moser uses a machined bevel on the edge of its bridges, which is handsome and neat, and then a distinctive double Côte de Genève. You can see that the Côte de Genève stripes across the bridges feature a double crest. We also have engine turning on the base plate, or perlage, as you can see, and black polishing of the screw heads, and all of this is 30 meters water resistant. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Moser Endeavour Center Seconds Mosaic.